Alpha 6, Alpha Yankee Delta, Roger, please.
Alpha Yankee Delta, say again.
Alpha Yankee Delta, please join base leg, left-hand circuit, runway 30 left.
Join base leg, Alpha 6, Alpha Yankee Delta, confirm. Alpha 6, Alpha Yankee Delta, what do you want us to do? Join the base leg now?
Well, just a question, in case of heavy traffic, could the VFR flights we accept them to land, because it looks like not enough space for them, so is that correct or no?
It's alright, you can move him to 30 right instead if you want. But then you'd have to try to vector him over the airport. You'd have to give him like vectors around and then over the airport and take him over the airport to the other side and then make him go around and come to 30 right.
But this is VFR, so could I give them vectors?
Of course, why not?
Okay.
And Dubai Tower, Lufthansa 815, climbing 2,300 for 4,000.
Lufthansa 815, Lufthansa 815, Roger. Thanks for visiting Dubai. Contact Dubai arrivals 124 decimal 9. Have a nice day.
Yeah, 124 decimal 9, Lufthansa 815. Alright, let's go next aircraft for takeoff. We're losing time here.
Emirates 817, 1-300, Evel Nasser 930, right, clear for takeoff.
See aircraft call sign?
Emirates 817.
Alright, clear for takeoff, Emirates 817. Alright, here's one thing. Let me pause this again. Alright, so here's another issue. Emirates 817 that you just gave clear for takeoff. So when you give clear for takeoff, you gotta think a bit before you give them the clearance for takeoff. Alright, so you see that Lufthansa 815 that just departed? Can you still see him?
Yes.
Alright, if you look at his flight route, depending on your tag, if you click, I believe, on the altitude or on the aircraft type left click, you can see his route, like a line that shows which way he's gonna fly.
Yes, I could see his route.
Alright, so Lufthansa 815, he's going to Davmo, so he's gonna fly the Davmo SID, and then the Speedbird 216, not Speedbird 216, sorry, Emirates 817 is also going to Davmo, and he's also gonna fly the same SID. So that's gonna be a loss of separation soon, and it's gonna be Tower's fault for issuing a clearance so soon for an aircraft that's going on the same SID. So what we would...
To get departure clearance for another aircraft, another SID, right?
Yeah, so you should use alternating SID, so make sure to check it. Like you could have gave the Sky Dubai 48 who's going to Muvla next, you know, and then you can move back to Emirates 817. So before you give the clearance, it's not just, you know, just shooting off clearances for takeoff. If Tower was that easy, everybody would be Tower in the real world, but you gotta make sure you think a little bit before you give the clearance, because now if you gave Emirates 817, he's gonna soon, in a few minutes, it's gonna be a conflict with the Lufthansa, and that's gonna be Tower's fault because of the because you issued the clearance too early.
Okay, I'll do that.
Alright, so let's alright, so Emirates 817 is still gonna take off since I gave him takeoff, but from there next ones, make sure you are careful.
Okay.
Alright, Dubai Tower, Sky Dubai 224, ILS 30 left.
Skydway 224, good evening. Continue approach runway 30 left, and you're number 3.
Okay, continue approach 30 left, number 3, Sky Dubai 224.
Speedbird 216, please report vacating after vacate runway.
Runway vacated, Speedbird 216.
FedEx 2155, wind is 30011 knots, runway 30 left, clear to land, vacate at Kilo 6.
Okay, at Kilo 6, FedEx 2155. Alright, so let me pause there. So before when you had said, so this one, when you say vacate at Kilo 6, it's a bit more difficult because the pilots have to understand that they can vacate. So they have to, like, decide depending on their charts and speeds and their weight of the aircraft. They'll need some time to decide if they can actually vacate at Kilo 6 or Kilo 8. For that, what you should have done is gave the clearance to the vacate runway a little bit early. Remember when you said FedEx 2155, continue approach 30 left, number 3 or number 2? At that time, you should have said expect vacate at Kilo 6, because then he'd have a lot of time to think about if he can make Kilo 6 or not.
So I have to say expect vacate Kilo 6?
Yeah, expect to vacate at Kilo 6.
Okay. Speedbird 216, welcome to Dubai taxi to stand of choice.
Alright, stand of choice, Speedbird 216. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Now, I was saying if there was ground control, then you should have said that, turn right on Kilo and then contact ground.
Yeah, but there's no ground control right now, so I'm just trying to find that.
Yeah, just make sure in the clearance you say, if they're supposed to turn right or turn left, like turn right on Kilo or turn left on Kilo.
Okay.
Dubai Tower, Air India 121, ILS 30 left.
Air India 121, good evening. Continue approach runway 30 left. You are number 4.
Okay, number 4, Air India 121.
Skydway 61, line up runway 30 right on 8.
Line up runway 30 right, Sky Dubai 846. Correction, was that Sky Dubai 48?
It was Skydway 61.
Okay, Sky Dubai 61, line up and wait, runway 30 right.
Emirates 817, report passing altitude.
817, we're passing 1000 now.
Emirates 817, roger, thanks for the Dubai, contact Dubai approach, 124, Dubai arrival, 124 small manor, have a nice day.
Alright, 124, that's one on our Emirates 817.
Alpha Yankee Delta, could you please turn right heading 300?
Alright, right turn heading 300 for Alpha Yankee Delta.
Emirates 926, go around, say again, go around, please confirm standard approach procedures.
Okay, going around Emirates 926.
Emirates 926, why are you not responding?
Emirates 926, we're climbing now 15. FedEx 2155 vacated.
FedEx 2155, Roger. Welcome to Dubai. Turn right on Kilo and taxi to stand of choice.
Okay, turn right on Kilo, taxi to stand of choice. FedEx 2155.
Sky Dubai 61, Windows 300, 11 knots, 30 right, clear for takeoff.
Okay, clear for takeoff, Sky Dubai 61.
Cathay 410, line up runway 30 right, behind the departing plane and wait.
Say again, Cathay 410. Cathay 410, say again.
Cathay 410, please line up runway 30 right and wait.
Line up runway 30 right, Cathay 410. Emirates 926, what are our instructions?
Sky Dubai 224, wind is 300, 11 knots, runway 30 off clear land.
Clear land, Sky Dubai 224.
Emirates 926, contact Dubai to arrivals, contact Dubai arrivals 124.9, have a nice day.
Alright, 124.9, Sky Dubai, correction, Emirates 926.
Sky Dubai 61,
No, you should hand them off as soon as you see they're climbing and off the end of the runway, and just hand them off. You don't need to say passing altitude or anything like that.
okay. Sky Dubai 61, contact Dubai arrival 124.9, have a nice day.
94.9, Sky Dubai 61.
Cathay 41, wind is 300, over knots 30 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Cathay 410. Alright, look, Emirates 515, he's gaining up on that Air India 121. You're not giving anybody any speed restrictions. You can give speed restrictions. You should have seen this beforehand.
Okay.
Okay, if you don't give him speed restriction, you have to watch their speeds very carefully on the when you have multiple aircraft like this on the ILS. If one person speeds up, it's gonna mess up your sequence, so you have to start giving them speed restrictions. That Emirates 515, he was given 190 by the approach controllers, so he's sticking to 190. So unless you change that speed restriction, he's gonna stick to 190.
But I guess it's a 777, so he couldn't use 130 or less because Air India 121 is 130.
I understand, but this is not right now. I'm saying this guy was doing this speed for a while now since he was established. So you need to focus on speed restrictions.
Okay, yeah, okay, I got the point. Air India 121, wind is 311 knots, runway 30 left, clear to land, expect vacate at Kilo 6.
Okay, expect vacate at Kilo 6, Air India 121 and clear to land.
Skydaway 224, welcome to Dubai, turn left on, turn right on Kilo and taxi to stand of choice.
Alright, turn right on Kilo and stand of choice, Sky Dubai 224. Cathay 410 airborne.
Cathay 410, port passing altitude, please.
Passing 1100, Cathay 410.
Cathay 410, Roger, thanks for reaching Dubai. Contact Dubai arrival 124, it's my manner, have a nice day.
1249, Sky Dubai, correction, Cathay 410. Alright, so let's stop there, because that's a loss of separation right there, MS 515, Air India 121. Okay, so that's not gonna work right there. That's way too close and they're less than 1 mile from the runway.
Emirates 515, go around, say again, go around, please acknowledge and
Hold on 1 second, let me just check something.
Skydaway 48, wind is 311, please line up runway 30.
Hold on, give me 1 second, hold on.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, so that's not gonna work